I may have made the best Veronica you could ever look at. This Veronica is practically mini Cassius. Now I'll just show you the partner first because it really doesn't do much, but if you wondering what it is, this is the one we're using. But this is where the meat and bones are. So when we have this, we have a damage increase as well as we have normal damage for attack cards with a 0 cost. I actually don't know if this affects the ballista. I never really checked, but it's there. But the meat and bones of this deck is having the ability to have 0 cost for pause here, which allows us to draw cards from other combatants, not our own combatant. So we're never going to get cards from Veronica's deck, but from our other characters. And we have 2 of these. And not only do we have 2 of these, we also have this card here that got reduced to 0 cost by Epiphany that also draws 2 cards and increases our ballista damage. Now unfortunately we couldn't get another one, so this one is 1 cost, but it doesn't matter. We have 3 cards in our deck that draws 2 cards, which allows for insane deck cycling. And if we add this onto our mainland that has 2 great strike cards, we get into a process of having really OP runs. Now our Magna does have a couple things on her. I'll show it as we go, but we'll just do some hard mode stages just so we can, well, not really hard mode stages, this is rover stages, but we'll just go ahead and do it with a level 40 Malin because we don't really need it. I'll show Magna as we go along. So first off, we went to do all of our setup at the start of the turn. This team does require a little bit of setup, so you're gonna have to spend a little bit at the start of the match to do so. So we'll go for Ice Fragment, Flame Dragon Stroll, and Firing Preparation, and then afterwards that is all of our setup done. Now I'm actually going to go for, there's 2 options. We can go for a counterattack stack on Magna here, or we can go for a ballista so we can try to get more damage down. I'm going to go for a ballista so we can try to get our ballista down here, and we didn't get anything, so oh well. And then we get 337 damage off of Veronica. So, next up, this is where the magic begins to happen. Alright. So here's the plan. We go for Kowalski here, increase our ballista damage. Alright, we got more here. Oh man. I think we just got the God combo. Okay, so we're gonna go for this. This will allow us to get some more reload for every card that we use. Right, and I don't think there's anything else important here that we really care about. So I'll actually, you know what? I'm gonna go for draw again. This will give us some shield, as well as we have the potential to get, oh, we got Frost Charge. So this is one of the special things about my Magna. We have a 0 cost Frost Charge that gives vulnerable to 2 enemies and increase their action count by 1, giving us a little bit of leeway. Now the action count by 1 doesn't really do much, it just means it cancels out the turn that we used on Magna. So that we'll go for our Create 2 here, beat down, we'll use 1 here, get a free break, we'll go for another beat down, and we'll go for a Frost Shield, and we'll just use our other shields as this here anyways. And we have 2 skill points to use, so why not, let's just use this one so we can try to draw another Malin card here. And we got this, which we got a combo hit, and we'll just finish it all off with that. Very nice turn cycle. So we lost a lot of reload there because he killed him, but it's okay. And here's another special thing about my Magna. We have an Ice Wall that gives us back 1 AP, so this card is effectively a 1 cost card. So we're just going to go ahead and use that. And we're going to go for our draw again. So we'll just draw 1 more time, and we'll take out our Ice Fist from Magna. And unfortunately this guy isn't really doing much to us, so, but this does have 2 weakness drop, so we're actually just going to go ahead and force and hit it anyways. I'm going to go ahead and actually go for the right target since this guy is just going to defend next turn, and we got ourselves a whopping 262 shield. Alright, next up, let's see if we can get another draw card so we can keep the pressure down. Okay, we did not get a favorable turn here, but it's still within our jurisdiction. So we'll go for this here so we can get some increased damage, and we'll go ahead and finish off this right mob here. 613 damage coming out gets us an AP back, And we'll go ahead and use this to actually increase our max stacks of reload, and gives us also a reload stack, increasing the damage of our ballista by 50%. And as you can see, our ballistas are sitting at 427 damage for some reason. I'm pretty sure this was lower before. I wonder if it's actually getting increased by this. There's no way to actually tell. Alright. Anyways, as you can see, we have another riposte here again. So we're actually going to use our 0 cost since it's already... Actually, we'll save it. We'll go ahead and use our riposte first, actually. And we got another strike card and a combo hit. So we'll go for this, get an Ember on the target, get an Ember on the target, and we'll go for this for our double hit. No crit, unfortunately. We'll just shield up and we'll just rapid fire to hopefully get another ballista on deck, but no ballista, shoot and finish the match. Very nice. Now we'll go ahead and do one more just to show it off, but this deck you can already see is pretty insane. We just keep drawing, and just keep drawing. It feels like a Cassius. Maybe not so much, because Cassius you can actually pull out your graveyard and do all that cool stuff, but unfortunately we're very poor and don't have a Cassius. So we'll have to suffice for this, and it feels very well for me. And we start off with this card, so we'll just go ahead and give this thing a little bit of a kick because it has a lower shield. Bop, bop, get lowered down all the way to 1 Ember's proc, giving us lowered weakness here. Ballista goes into left target, not the best target, but 300 damage goes out. And we put back up their shield, not too fun. And we have, oh baby. Oh ho baby. Okay. Let's see how we want to play this. So let's go for this card. Increase our ballista damage. Got ourselves a frost charge. Let's pop frost charge. And let's go ahead and use one of these ones. Increase our shield, and we pulled the other one here. And what do we have? So we'll actually go for 1 strike here. Get an Ember up. We'll go again. And this is 1,000 damage, so we'll just go ahead and rip it. 700 damage goes out. Ember procs. We'll go again. And we'll go again. That deleted itself, and we are taking no damage here. We have 4 turns until this procs, so I'm going to go ahead and proc our strike card again. And we're going to draw here, so that way we can get our shield up. And we have Glacial Fist as a follow-up, so we'll go punch, punch again. And we'll go for Glacial Fist, whopping 420 damage, putting up that wonderful shield. And let's just increase the other ballista damage in case it doesn't crit. And we're out of skill points. 500, total of like 1,060 damage coming out from Veronica. We go ahead and put up Ice Wall again. And there's nothing too crazy going on here, so I'll just go for a damage increase and we'll go for punch. Hopefully the extra Ember, no it did not. And then we'll go for shoot and shoot again coming from Veronica. Nice clean kill. Frost charge first turn, very nice. That gives us the ability to increase the damage we deal here, and we have options. So we're actually going to go for a reload here. That increases our max reload. And since we have vulnerability on already, I think this is a pretty nice opportunity to maybe hit our ult here, which can give us 4 stacks of reload and hopefully break a little bit through the shield. A crit, perfect. And then we'll go for our combo hit here. And we'll go for basic attack to hopefully get an Arbalista, but we did not get one. Mob is completely almost dead. We can probably ignore that. I don't see a reason why I should care. And we have pretty nice cycling once again. Go for Ice Wall because it gives us back a skill point. Punch. We'll go for... Actually, we're going to draw here in case we draw an important card that we can use. And we got a 0 strike card. So we punch again. And this thing's going to do a little bit of damage to us. So we're actually going to put up a shield just to tank that. And nice ballista hit crit, 588. And one counter comes out from Magma, and once again we have our pause again, so we can draw to try to cycle our deck. We got 2 strike cards out of it, so we can actually punch here, punch again, and almost down. Unfortunately not enough. We'll just go ahead and use this so we can get a reload off, and we'll go break it with Magma. Did I even get 3 stars there? I did get 3 stars. Alright. I think that's a very nice deck, and if you can honestly somehow replicate this, I think this is one of the best Veronicas you can ever make. Unfortunately, I'm not like level 50 for my character now, which means I can do harder content, which means I can get higher TB on my characters. So unfortunately, this build is probably going to phase out. I'm going to need to make a better one with higher TB, with higher, you know, more stuff in the deck, maybe monster cards and so. But until we get there, this is probably the Veronica build I'm using, and it's very fun. It's very, very fun. If you can try it out or somehow get something like this, or even better, I think this is probably one of the best ways to play Veronica as a support that can help cycle your deck and have good side damage for your team. Anyways, I'll see you guys.